Hello, everyone.
Also
So,
need to share screen.
yeah, that's fair. Thank you for reminding me about that. I actually straight up forgot about that. But yeah, the what was I saying? Yeah. So we're gonna be reviewing and criticizing Doctor of Insanity's "Put a Chick in It," right? His latest song. Let me know if the screen share is working for you.
It's loading.
Oh,
There it is.
okay. There we go. All right. So let's pull this up. Now I trust that you put subtitles in this, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. So before we do anything, let's look at the actual picture, right? So we have a bunch of sticky notes on the top left-hand side, right? Like blame the audience, double down, more it changes, do not read reviews. And you have part of the lyrics obscured by like a two-thirds cut, right? Let's see. Original script rejected too straight. Oh my god. Kionello says, I love Mexican food, but they don't like me. That's entirely fair, right? Let's see.
Yeah, not everyone can enjoy everything.
Oh my god, there's a rainbow inclusion sticker. Fucking another rainbow quality sticker. Who cares about sales? Oh my god, that's fair. Ignoring the fans 101, a step-by-step guide to successful failure. Make it trend as a cup. That's if it flops, blame fans. I mean, that's exactly what I do, right? Let's see, bottom right-hand side. Looks like there's a notepad. Excuses ready. Sexism, bigotry, phobia, etc. All right, you got some posters in the top right-hand side. Shadow Hero, New Look, Dragon Saga. Oh god. Knowing the thing you're making fun of, it's almost. Is this one of those? Is this one of those? What do you call? Fuck, I'm losing my. What's it called? This isn't another Morning Glory milking farm, is it?
No, I kind of generated this image before that entire conversation thing popped up.
That's fair. Okay, I'm gonna have to move this because for some reason. Your model was being cut off, and I don't know why. All right. So, okay, you got a big red button that says double down, and your character is posed as the chief creative officer, always right. The approve stamp, and what did the character approve? Franchise transaction, franchise transformation checklist. Gender swap checks, sexuality change check, race swap check, rewrite lore check, new trauma check, strong boss girl TM check, forced romance parentheses girls, and then remove problematic quote unquote elements check. All of it checked. Okay, that's painfully accurate to modern Hollywood right now, which I'm pretty sure is the thing you were attacking.
Yeah. Again, this was a very fun image and song to generate.
Kionello says, "I'm sorry, I'm hearing hard of hearing, but I can barely hear Doctor." Okay, hold on. I'm gonna turn you up to 200%. That's the max I can do. If that doesn't work, I will turn up my own sensitivity, and that. Okay, try it now.
Hello.
Does that help?
Let me see if there's anything I can do.
Yeah, if you turn up your own sensitivity, that should also help. And before the next thing I hear is my eardrums being blown out.
I think I have my sensitivity up to max.
All right, if that's the case, just to be double safe, right? I'm gonna turn up my my sensitivity, even though it's probably gonna make my my character lose its mind.
Let me see now.
I'm gonna turn it up to 30%.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know if that helps.
You
Philip.
sound a bit louder on mine.
Fair enough. Philip says. Right. No, wait. Hold on. I've got another way that this might work. Hold on. There's another strategy that comes to mind that actually might fix the problem. Okay.
You cut out on my end.
That's fair. All right, try now.
Professional streamers, everyone.
There we go. Okay. That actually might help as well. I have you at like 200% and 150 volume. Speak again. Okay. If anything, you might be slightly louder than me now.
Well, funny enough, I can barely hear you.
Oh, for the love of. All right.
Okay, I can hear you better.
Okay. I don't know what the fuck's going on in that case, right? There we go. Turn it up
You're
here.
the streamer, not me.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not a problem unless I have someone else on, to be perfectly honest, right? So, so yeah, long story short, I think we've, the Q4 results, who cares, right? We have audience approval is 17%, shooting down. We have revenue negative, reduced by 63%, going down. And then we have fan retention reduced by 81%, like crashed into the ground. And then obviously not our fault. Oh my God, I have the hiccups. Oh my God, I didn't even notice this. The other two cups let them cry and DEI over money. You're not wrong, right?
I basically had fun with this image.
Okay, let's see. Philip says it's the current way of managing the world by committee, so it's never nobody's fault. That's true. That is part of the way to do it, right? It's always the system at fault. No one ever is to blame, particularly. I think Kiyodala says, "Yay, I can hear Doctor now." Okay, I'm gonna write down these specs. That way, whenever I have someone on, I'll put these specs back on.
Yeah, I can't really help them with any of this stuff because I don't stream.
I mean, that's fair. Hello, Captain Rudy. SpartanBot says this is basically just Lucasfilms, lol, right? Hey, exactly. All right, now that we've
hey, Rudy.
Now that we've discussed all the background details here, right? We can, and also the champagne fucking bottles here. Just like, look at all these high-class jackasses ruining our dreams, right?
Yeah.
All right, so let's start the song.
Hollywood, what's the move?
Wait, I thought you said you put the subtitles. Hold on.
I did. I think you accidentally have on auto-generate.
What? That's bizarre. I didn't even put. Okay, that's infuriating. I don't even know why it would be on auto-gen. I'd never have auto-gen subtitles on.
Yeah, I wouldn't know either.
Hollywood, what's the move? We got the formula, baby. Hey, take a classic, dust it off, give it a shiny new coat. But the heroes gotta change, rewrite the story note by note. Spiderweb swinging, nah, not today. Put a chicken in and make a gay.
Okay, yeah, this was obviously inspired by South Park. We all remember the put a chicken in. Hold on,
Oh my God, you're breaking up horribly on my end.
Oh my God, what's going on? Right? All right. Well, I'm gonna change my. I just changed my microphone position. Maybe that'll help. I don't fucking know.
Okay, you sound a lot better, but yes, my God, it was like a screaming monkey getting his nuts chopped off in my ears.
Oh God. But yeah, I mean, we all know what it's referring to, right?
Another gay diverse woman in it, make it more fucking lame. No, what's going on with my stars? No, Captain Is there a problem, people?
We were just discussing ideas of what to do with the new Prince Eric movie.
Put a chick in it, make her gay.
Maybe we should go a different route than we did with Indiana Jones.
Fuck Indiana Jones, put a chick in it and make her lame and gay.
Sure, yeah. Well, let's try that. Again.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fucking Cartman is Kathleen Kennedy. Yeah.
Yeah. It was basically, yeah, this thing kind of gave me the inspiration to this song.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of you know, like, it was as subtle as a hammer to the face, but you know.
Once again, your audio's basically.
I don't think that was breaking up. That was me stuttering. Yeah, I don't think that was breaking up.
No,
Like,
it's like. No, you're obviously breaking up on my end.
yeah, I have no fucking idea what's going on. Have you watched Stick Figures on Crack yet? I'll probably watch it tomorrow because I have time tomorrow to stream. But I'm on a bit of a time crunch right now. All right, so let's get back to here. So was this the end of the verse, or did I cut it off a little bit early?
You cut it off a little bit early, but we can talk about the parts that we covered so far.
Okay, let me know when the verses, like when I get to the end of the verse and chorus. I'm gonna be hiccuping the entire fucking time apparently. In the bridge, let me know when I get to the end of those. That way we can stop and talk about those as a coherent whole. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Space Samurai Saga Galactic Night. Swap them out, make it right. Comics, games, or silver screen. Doesn't matter what it's been. Old fans grumbling, losing their mind. But we don't listen, we just shine. Put a chick in it and make a game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So at the end of Shine, that's when the verse ends.
Okay, I'm just saying, put a chick in it and make her gay is such a fucking absolute, like, line for a song making fun of this shit, right?
Yeah.
Alright. So, let's go line by line, right? Hollywood, what's the move? If you didn't know what exactly you're making fun of, you put it, like, right at the fucking opening line, right? So... Let's see. And again, you got yourself in the Eric Cartman role right here. Let's see.
Basically.
We got the formula, baby, right? Let's see. You got the laugh. Take a classic, dust it off. Obviously, you're attacking remake culture right here. Because, let's be fair, there are plenty of new ideas that are coming out, like, you know, India, Japan, you know, these places are coming up with new movies. Hell, Citizen Vigilante, was that a comic or something? I think that's a new IP, isn't it? So it's like, we got these ideas that are still out there. People can still come up with new franchises, new ideas, but...
Yeah, we even have them coming out here in the U.S. The indie scene's coming out with a bunch of great, interesting ideas.
Yeah,
the problem is the...
Yeah, we literally reacted to the amazing digital circus, right? So it's like, it's not like there isn't new stuff coming out, right? It's just, these people, they're not doing it because they don't have, my thesis, and people will disagree with me, I don't think the people doing these remakes that suck, I don't think they're doing it because they lack creativity. I think that they're doing it because they can easily argue this as a potential sound investment to shareholders, but the ideologically motivated who are actually writing and producing these films are doing it to demoralize the American people, right? By destroying the things that they actually love as cultural production. That way that there is no escapism, because if there's escapism actually works as like a pressure valve on a pipe, right? Like when things are getting too pressurized, you can use the valve to depressurize, and the whole goal there is take away the entertainment and leave only propaganda, so that there is no pressure valve, so that the only real options are you collapse or you lose your mind.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you a little bit there. I agree with everything you said, except the fact that I believe that, you know, the new wave of writers coming into these seven fields can't write their head out of their own ass.
Well, I didn't say they were good writers. I'm just saying it's like, I highly doubt that they don't actually have new ideas, right? The whole idea of like sticking the remake culture is in my opinion malicious, right? I have a whole video about again, the destruction of your childhood superheroes is not just, you know, them not knowing how to write, it's actively them trying to destroy the symbols that represented the idea of the good, the true, and the virtuous that you grew up with.
And boy, how do they keep destroying.
Right, but like, am I on track there, or am I doing the thing where I read too much into something?
You're basically on track.
All right. I have a sneaking suspicion he's just trying to appease me to get me to shut up. All right. So let's take a class.
I mean, you do jammer on like Jabberjaw.
Right. So take a classic, dust it off, give it a shiny new coat. And here's the thing, where it's like I mentioned this in that video where I was talking about the thing we were just about like the destruction of your childhood heroes is important to them, and it's also important to you because you're right, in my opinion, to stand up for like the fairy tale and the superhero and like the magical girl that they all tear down, right? The video game characters they all tear down. I think you're absolutely right to tear them down because the communists wouldn't destroy them if they didn't see them as actually meaningful, right? So there probably is something meaningful in them. So here we see, again, dust it off, give it a shiny new coat. Don't care about what the essence or the core of the thing is, but instead give it a new coat. Like, pay attention to the appearance of the thing. I think it's like when you and me watched my Adventures with Superman. That was like our main thing, right? Was like it has the appearance of a Superman, of like a lighthearted Superman story, but fundamentally speaking, it actually undermines Superman stories in its very core when you pay attention to it.
It's basically a skinwalker. It looks like the thing that you remember while holding absolutely nothing about it.
Yeah, and that's one of the main complaints, right? Now, it's most obvious in Star Wars, which you obviously fucking like directly reference in the song later. But yeah, like the whole like new trilogy can be understood as like a Hegelian dialectic of thesis, synthesis, antithesis. Again, deconstructing the entire mythos, not in a way that's interesting, but in a way that's demoralizing on purpose, right? Because like the whole point of like deconstruction to understand something allows it to be rebuilt, but deconstructing something to demoralize it is deconstructing something to destroy it so it can't be rebuilt. There's two different spirits behind that, right?
And quite honestly, I'm kind of sick and tired of deconstruction culture. Like, it was good when you basically brought in something new to actually replace it and be as good. The problem is these people don't bring Jack to replace Jill.
Hold on. SpartanBot says you might be maxing out your microcosmic. That would sound like you breaking up. But it doesn't sound like that to y'all. I think it's just I think it might just be Discord, to be perfectly honest, because y'all are hearing me through the microphone itself, right? My character is responding to the Discord audio input. So I think it's actually a problem that I have to fix with Discord. But fun fact, Discord yesterday put limitations on my account because it said something suspicious was going on with my account, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Right, so Discord's been a little wonky in general. Huh?
Have you tried traffic bugs?
Right. I don't know what was going on. I think like because I was sharing a bunch of AI stuff with people in APC yesterday, and I think that's what flagged what set it off. Is like, oh, he's posting way more than he usually does. It's like, yeah, because I'm not always on. I'm not chronically fucking online, right? Let's see. Philip says, what is not a demolition hammer in this cultural revolution? Yeah, because the whole point is tear down everything meaningful. That way there's nothing left so that we can start from year zero, right? With no impurities from the previous era. So you're right, that is the point. So, hold on, give it a shiny new coat. But the heroes got to change. Exactly what we're talking about, right? It's like, oh yeah, the old way is wrong. We have the new enlightened way of approaching the world. So instead of approaching it with integrity and love, or at least even a willingness to understand, no, we know better about what needs to happen than, again, anyone who came before us. So the heroes got to change, right?
Yep.
So Crimson Rain says, have you tried... Right. Yeah. Crimson Rain 14 says, have you tried posting a Mr. Bean scam to find it, to fix it? Fair enough, right? Let's see. Rewrite the story note by notes. Again, because these rewrites don't happen by accident, right? These are very calculated things that they're trying to do to push a message. They're trying to carve out the essence of what made it work in the first place, and then, again, as you said, have it be a skinwalker to impersonate the thing that you grew up with to destroy, again, your childhood, to destroy your sense in the the things that you love. So yeah, note by note, because this was all calculated.
Yeah, it's like there's a reason why they specifically choose like Superman or like Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman,
Thor,
the Marvel characters.
yeah,
Like Thor, the Marvel characters, and He-Man. But they don't go. But they haven't done it to basically. They haven't made a live action Spawn movie doing this. They haven't. No, that's kind of the reason why they haven't done the Blade movie. Really done the Blade movie because they know that it's not going to draw in as much of an audience to see people. Right? I know Blade's a popular character. Sad to say, people, he's not as popular as you wish he is.
well, also,
And it's kind of the same thing with Lot.
also there's the issue that again, it's hard to deconstruct Blade within the intersectionality lens, because on the one hand, under the intersectional idea, he is like a victim of oppression by being both queer in the sense of abnormal, right? That's all queer means in queer theory. Unironically, that's actually what they mean. And in the sense, because he's a vampire, and in the sense of being, black, lean on critical race theory and all that bullshit, African critical consciousness nonsense, right?
And yet they do the same thing and yet they do this all with the X-Men.
Yeah, but also you can see that they treat each character differently based on their identities, right? So again, like there's a reason for that. They don't want to touch Blade in general because they would have to deconstruct Blade, and they would rather just have him be forgotten in obscurity instead of actually touching him, because it would not look good on the optics game when they really care about the optics game. Oh yeah. So spiderweb swinging, nah, not today. Again, so here we have the fantastical part, right? So yeah, now we're eschewing the silliness that made this great in the first place, right? Because let's be fair, you read a Marvel comic, you read Image comics, you read DC comics, even the great stories, they're all kind of fucking silly, right? And that's kind of the point. Like, comics used to be silly, and that's part of what made it fun. You think it was the grim dark that made Superman great, or was it when he was able to just sneeze a solar system into being, and it was like, I have no fucking idea what's going on, but it's entertaining nonetheless, right? Like, that's actually one of the things that was like made comics popular back in the day. It was just outlandish,
And
silly.
comic stories were wild.
Yeah, it was outlandish, it was silly, and people actually appreciated it, right? Because it was also earnest at the same time. So yeah, put a chick in it and make her gay. Let's not focus on the fantastical. Let's not focus on the heroic. Let's not focus on, again, the male hero, Spider-Man, right? Instead, put a chick in it and make her gay, right? No, yeah, we're not even gonna focus on the romance part, right? Like again, Spider-Man and Mary Jane, right? Which everyone loves the romance between Spider-Man and Mary Jane, and everyone loved the romance between Spider-Man and Gwen Stacy. Let's be fair, right? Most of us actually like romance stories, even if we're not interested in romance in our own personal lives, right? Superman and Lois Lane is a classic for a fucking reason, right? And yet, again, and then you have like the fucking idiot who played Supergirl in the new not really Supergirl movie. They wanted a dark and gritty Supergirl movie. They could have picked anything from. That's all kinds of stories they could have picked. Nah, they had to make the fakest and gayest shit possible, right? They had to literally put a chick in it and make her gay.
I still laugh at that foreskin cup.
Oh my god! But I forgot about that. But yes. So yeah, like, instead of focusing on that, let's make the most banal, uninteresting thing possible. Right? Again, it doesn't even say, because the whole thing is like, they don't really focus on romance in these stories either, right? This is the thing that makes Yuri actually interesting, right? Because Yuri stories, right, oftentimes, again, it's literally about, not always, there are some Yuri which are just about, like, the deep friendships between two individuals, right? But, like, Yuri is focused on, oftentimes, the romance between two women, right? And yet it's infinitely more compelling than most of the romance stories that come out in the West, because it's actually focused on, again, a love story, right? That's the ontological foundation of the story. So you can put a chick in it. You can actually make it gay. You can actually make it interesting. But they don't do it because that's kind of the point, right? The point is again, they don't want you to focus on anything else that would be actually interesting. They want the only thing that you can really interact with to be, they put a chick in it and made it gay, right? to demoralize you.
Which is kind of funny because they keep on propagating all these gays, multi-different type of relationship type of different, basically the alphabet soup. And then we see Japan basically bring in some of these type of romance and bring in all these different romance stories. Actually, focus on the actual romance and actually make it work.
Fucking
At least for the story.
Fucking Spartan bot typed Millie Alcock. What? What? Okay. Spartan bot also. Hold on. I missed the first part. Hold on. I gotta go up a little bit. Okay, so Philip says not even a classic vampire, a daywalker, right? Actually, he's a dampire, technically, because he's not. He was born of a vampire, so he's not technically a vampire himself. He's a dampire. Spartanbot says the Silver Age comic that allowed Superman to shoot mini versions of himself out from his hands. Yeah, I remember that too, right? Oh my god, you had Death Battle and it had Sentry versus fucking Superboy Prime, and I'm like, man, Superboy Prime beat to death the guy who could literally just make mini Superman with all of his powers by vibrating his hands at the right frequency, right? Ain't no fucking way Sentry's gonna actually beat this guy. Let's see. Kionala says Superman and Lois is a case of dating your coworker. Not advisable, but fair enough. The Spartan bot clarified Millie.
Hey, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Right. Spartan bot says Millie is the lady who played Supergirl. That's fair. I would never have known the name because. Well, I wouldn't have known the name because if that was the movie she put out, she's not worth me knowing about her, to be perfectly honest. All right, let's continue with the song. Let's see. Space Samurai Saga, Galactic Knight. Again, you're obviously talking about Star Wars here.
And Star Trek.
What about that was about Star Trek?
Swap them out. Moving on. Swap them out, make it right.
Okay, yeah, swap him out and make it right. Again, this talks about this is the feminist critique. Instead of focusing on the patriarchal, right? You got to focus on the marginalized voices. This is all critical consciousness bullshit, by the way, whether it be CRT, whether it be feminism, whether it be queer theory, whether it be post-colonial studies, whether it be fat studies, whether it be any of these other myriad of bullshit ideologies, right? Critical pedagogy. It's going to be the same thing. Instead of focusing on the traditional, focus on what they would assume to be the oppressor. Focus on what they believe to be the oppressed, right? So
no one wants a Tony Stark. They want the Riri Williams. That's what they say.
They want Riri Williams. Yeah, the superhero who was named after a fucking porn actress. Oh my god. No, not porn actress. A porn film, actually. Well, I forgot about that. It wasn't the actress. It was a porn film.
Oh no, and it gets worse because he modeled the design of the actual character Riri Williams off his own daughter.
Yeah, I didn't want to bring that up, but yeah, that's really what comic book readers want to read, right? Is a guy modeling a character after his own daughter and then giving her the most unlikable personality you can think of, where her entire origin story is, my teacher didn't victimize me, so I have to go out and I have to do villainous acts to pretend to be a hero, and then I'm going to name myself after a porn film. What the fuck are we talking about? Oh my god. God, I hate you. Can you tell I do not like Ironheart?
No, what was the first clue?
Right, comics, games, or silver screen. Obviously, you're talking about like the industries that were subverted. Doesn't matter what it's been. Old fans grumbling, losing their minds. Whatever we've been kind of doing right now, right? Right. Oh my god, this is gonna be an hour-long video on a 4-minute song, right? Let's see.
When is it never?
Of course, it's my specialty. I am, as some people in VC call, long form, right? But we don't listen.
There's something for 'em.
But we don't listen. We just shine. Funny juxtaposition of we just shine as every fucking metric tells them that they're failing, right? Because it turns out that, again...
They're shine. They're burning in a blaze of glory.
Are they, though? That's the thing. Like, they obviously think that they're shining. They think that they're the beacon of light. They think that they're a bastion of creativity. Where everyone else in the world is like, you actually suck, and I hate what you're doing to the things I love, right?
Okay, so maybe not the glory, but they're just burning.
Yeah. Let's see. Spartan, hold on. Yanuka 12 says, "Does anyone like Ironheart? I have never met. I've never met a single. Yeah, Ironheart. I don't, but they mean Ironheart. But I have never met a single person who actually likes Ironheart. Not unironically, right? You can probably find some leftist who LARPs and pretends that they like Ironheart. The only leftist
but
written...
they'll never be able to tell you anything about the character.
The only leftist written character that I can think of that I actually enjoyed reading a comic book of was like Gwenpool, right? Which I thought was like a parody of Deadpool, but it was actually just an actually original character. And I'm like, is this cringe? Yeah, but at least they're actually trying to be what looks to be sincere through most of this story, even if it is somewhat inflected with communist gobbledygook. Let's see. Philip says... Phillips says, is it Riri Williams or Rearing Williams? Oh my god. Oh my god. I might have to steal that for a tweet. Okay. So, but yeah, it's like they don't have to, they shine. They have the enlightened idea, right? We're the ones who don't know, right? They're trying to create the modern audience. They know the modern audience doesn't exist. That's why they're trying to obliterate all previous culture. That way, the only thing the new generation will ever know is their shitty writing. And so, therefore, the new audience will be the modern audience. The audience that has only ever known their subversive writing, and therefore believes all writing should conform to that style. It's actually diabolical.
And you know that it's not, and that the only reason why it's been going on for so long is because they keep getting bailed out for some of the most dumbest of reasons. Like, hell, let's not forget, in order to make the Black Adam movie, Warner Brothers had to sell a pretty decent size of their music library.
Philip says, "Feel free, man." I'm going to, yeah. I will feel free. Continue.
Yeah, it's like, in order to make the Black Adam movie, which also flopped, they had to sell off a pretty extensive collection of their music library. Like, the original song, What's New Scooby-Doo, Warner Bros. Doesn't actually own that song anymore. Someone else owns that song because that was one of the songs they had to sell.
That's fucking wild.
That movie made.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like we reached to the point where where many of these companies either have to sell their own IPs in order to continue down this downward trend, or they're getting government bailouts in order to actually be able to continue. It's like, it's just a very weird and ridiculous type of plan. And it's like,
look, man, all I know is if Ruby ever goes on sale, and if it goes on sale for like $50, right, or maybe like $300, I'd be like, I'll buy the Ruby IP, right, and then I'll find someone who can actually write a story, and I'll be like, look, I want you to write this, right? You can do whatever you want. You can take 95% of the 95% of the profit. I'll take 5%, right? Just make this IP that I thought had potential at the beginning actually fucking work, right? Maybe that's the solution. As these companies these companies need to start selling off their product. Maybe we need to start sniping the cheaper ones, right?
Problem is, it's like they're not. The problem is, like,
I know, it wouldn't have been affordable. I am aware.
No, not even if it'll be affordable or not, because you can basically potentially take out loans and recoup your interest by finding good people who actually. The reason why we can't do it is because, like I said, someone else owns the What's New Scooby-Doo song IP, but it's not. It's not some. I did say some rando, but it's not some rando inside our type of deal. It's a rando that these people are buddies with.
I know.
These people are. They're circle jerking sales.
I am aware. This is a plan about how to manipulate stakeholder free capitalism, which is, by the way, not actually capitalism. Stakeholder capitalism is just another expression of managerialism and Deng Xiaoping theory, but, that's a conversation for another time that I could probably spend several hours on. So let us continue, right? Oh, my God. I'm definitely going to be late to that thing, but I'm going to have fun being late, right? Okay, so here's where we need to get back up, right? Okay. Yeah. So let me know when we're at the end of this section.
Will do.
Right there?
Yeah, before the flopper fail, because it has that verse and then it goes into an R1 once when it gets to the flopper fail.
Okay. So, obviously this part's pretty simple. It's like, again, the answer is put a chicken in it and make her gay, right? We already talked about this line, so we can move on. So that's the answer every day. Again, because the answer is... okay, so this again, ties back to the ideological thing, right? It's like... Why do all these ideologies want revolution? Well, all of these ideologies want revolution because they're ultimately polylogists, right? They don't believe that it's possible for two different classes that are in dialectical opposition to each other to actually understand each other, right? Why is revolution the only way to overcome the bourgeoisie? Why is negotiation not on the table according to the Marxists? Well, it's because the proletariat have something special called class consciousness, right? They have the critical consciousness. So there's a specific way of understanding the world that, by the way, they believe to be completely true. And if any of your empirical testing shows that it's not true, then you just didn't understand the idea well enough. So it's one of those things where it's like it's a priori true. It doesn't matter what your sense perception says. And since they have the secret knowledge, the secret enlightenment,
stupidity.
it is a narcissist. It's not stupidity, but it is narcissistic. And since they understand how the world really works, and you don't, and you can't because you're not in the same class understand how the world works, then there's no point in talking with you because you couldn't understand anyway. And the only way to communicate outside of debate and negotiation is violence. That's why it's always revolutionary. And again, that's also why, by the way, when one of their own class turns on them, you ever seen anyone like these queer theory groups and they meet a conservative gay or someone like Blair White who's like a 90s Democrat, and then they have such a virulent hatred, right? Then... that's the reason. It's because they're class traitors. They have that intrinsic understanding, right? They're part of the class. They should be class conscious. But instead, what ends up happening is that instead of joining them, the person who should have access to the mystical knowledge decides, nah, I'm not going to join you actually, because it turns out you're retarded, right? So that's why they hate class traitors, to be perfectly honest. Okay, let's...
we can show... They don't even have to basically be gay, trans, or queer themselves. Like let's not forget, it's like people like Trump, J.K. Rowling, and to a certain extent, even Musk himself was actually part of these people too, and they basically broke containment.
Yeah. Okay, SpartanBot says, look at what WB wanted Craig of Side Scrollers to pay to get back just the name Screw Attack. Yeah, again, they pay exorbitant amounts because they know that if they can keep the money cycling between them, then they can mitigate the cost. And the only reason that they would set it up this way, if it was an actual free market, then they would be able to have, the higher sell to the lower and the lower sell to the higher. The reason this doesn't really happen this way is, again, this ideological capture. This is Deng Xiaoping theory, subordinating capitalism to the socialist project. Let's see, Kionala, what does dialectical mean? So, dialectical means two different things depending on what specifically you're talking about, right? Classically, it means any formal system of reasoning that arrives at a truth by the exchange of logical arguments, right? So it's like, technically a dialectic in a good faith, right? Classical style would be like, I give you arguments for why I believe something, someone else gives arguments for why they believe it, we are in tension with each other, and we try to actually come to a reasoning of the truth by giving actual reasons to each other and working through the premises thereof, right? That's what it means in classical philosophy. In the way I'm using it is I'm using it as the Hegelians use it, because these are the people like the progressives. The progressives are Hegelians. Now, the way that they mean dialectic is rooted in people like Immanuel Kant, who believed that the way that we arrived at truth was we would move through contradiction. So the idea that contradiction of idea serves as the determining factor in interaction, right? So you have... in any system, any movement in history, you have the thesis, the idea, right? And then someone's going to disagree. You're going to have the antithesis. And then instead of instead of putting both of them to the test and seeing what's true, the dialectical thinker, in this case, right, the dialectician, someone who makes this contradiction the foundation of their worldview, what they do is they try to hold both at the same time in the same respect. That's what the synthesis is that both contradiction, that contradiction itself is fundamental to reality, not just a feature of our not understanding reality. So yeah, I hope that helps. It does. It is a little complicated when you're talking about like leftist dialectic stuff. Did that make any sense when I was explaining it, Doctor?
Dude, yeah.
Okay.
By your standards, yes.
Oh, fuck you. So that's the answer every day again because they have the enlightened idea, right? Let's see.
Yeah.
Movie, show, or legacy game. Again, where it's like with the comics thing earlier. Just industries that they subverted. Hello, Canuck. Evening, honorable chatters. Agreed, right? Let's see.
Hey, Canuck.
And it's put a chick in it and make her gay. I think you said that was the end of it, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right
here.
Okay, so yeah, this is actually interesting because this actually explains how the inversion of reasoning actually works, right? So obviously we're talking.
Flop or fail.
So flop or fail, we never sway, right? So it's like literally ignoring the consequences of our actions, literally ignoring the feedback of the people giving you their money, right? You know, the representation of their time if they work hourly, their productivity if they work commission. You have a good night, Yanuk 12. What was it? Like your availability. If you're being paid salary, or even people's faith in your work, if you're being paid commission, right? That's what your money represents based on what you're paid for. And yeah, when someone buys your product, that's what they're giving you in exchange through this medium we call money, right? It's a physical representation of that thing you're exchanging. And then they're saying, flop or fail, we never sway.
Yeah, like I said, it's like with the Black Adam movie. Warner Brothers, in order to actually get the money to make that movie, they had to sell off a decent chunk of their music library. You'd think that the fact that they had to do that in order to make another flop would have actually told them, it's like, hey, we're not doing something right here. No, they're still continuing down this route.
I would agree. Okay, hopefully that actually... Okay, I turned you down just a little bit because I just noticed that it seems like you're peaking on the desktop audio. That's in OBS. That's not in the actual chat. So I wouldn't have been able to hear that because it's just how it's being recorded. Okay, yeah, it says you're in a safe range now. So hopefully that doesn't fuck me, right? Oh, wait. Now that went into red. Well, we'll figure it out later, right? Let's see. It's not our fault. It's not our fault. It's the fans who hate. Is again, it's the inversion of responsibility. Because traditionally speaking, when you're providing a product, obviously it's because what were you saying? Like whether you succeed or not is your fault, right? Did you advertise it enough? Well, no. Well, that's your fault, right? Did you make it to the quality that people actually like? No. Well, that's your fault. You should have made it better, right? Here we see it's the inversion of that. It's not our fault. It's actually the fault of the customer. Yeah, no, I understand everything sounds fine on y'all's end. It's just how it's being recorded on the actual video, which I think is going to sound differently than it's going to... yeah, long story short, it's all really nonsensical, right?
Very curious now on how this thing's going to turn out when I rewatch seeing what your audio made me sound like.
Right. We shall see, it seems. Okay. Okay. Let us continue. It's not our fault, it's the fans who hate. So it's the inversion of responsibility. They won't accept the changes we make. Again, and this is what they say. This is why it's the audience's fault. They won't accept the changes we make. It's not our job to serve the customers. It's the customer's job to buy what we're selling. You notice it's the inversion of the way most people think.
Yeah, it's the way how they've been for like the past almost 13 years. Well, a little bit over 13 years actually. It's like whenever they bring out something that basically no one likes, no one buys, they had to basically scrap the rest of the sequels or continuations of the thing because no one does. What did they do? They don't take responsibility. They've always just kept on blaming the audience. Like, this movie and the Marvels failed because men did not go to see it. Oh, the Supergirl's failing because men don't go to see it. It's always the men that they're blaming, never the women that don't go.
Yeah, it's not like Supergirl didn't have a huge male fan base in the comics, right? Kenok says, to be honest, I'm surprised you're not peaking, Cosmic. Your mic has been spicy lately. If y'all notice I'm on issue with my audio, y'all are free to tell me, like, because I can't hear this on my end, right? So like, yeah, if y'all need to tell me to turn something up or like possibly like turn something down or fiddle with my audio, y'all can tell me, because I otherwise I'm not gonna know.
Troll him about his audio quality.
Right? Let's see. Philip says everything sounds fine. That's fair, right? But thank you for letting me know. I'll look into seeing why that's the case, because I don't know off the top of my head. Okay, so
I knew it was probably something people that you're just being an idiot about.
Possibly. Let's see. They won't accept the change we make. So here is where we're at, right?
Yeah.
The hero squad needs a new face. Strong, sassy, set the pace. Romance, forget the boy. Now she's kissing.
We just talked about that.
Hijack the franchise, making new. All those old badass girls were fake. Just figments in your mind, it's true.
That's where the verse ends.
Okay. There were some deep digs in there. Holy shit. Okay, so superhero squad needs a new face. Again, this is the thing we were talking about, right? Where it's like your symbols must be destroyed to make way for new symbols, right? That's why I'm not a big fan of the sun that they gave Superman, right? It's because it's like, okay, yeah, I see what you're doing. It's a subversion of the legacy of Superman that y'all are trying to enact. Let's see, yeah. Philip says, since Charlie's Angels reboot movies are aimed at men. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. Yeah, the superhero squad needs a new face. Like, it doesn't even have to necessarily be put it. Huh?
Yeah, it's like that's why it's like they always keep trying to push in, like even if we have characters like say Superman, who's usually the head of like the Justice League, or Captain America, who's head, like no, they're trying to push all these other type of B or C list characters into the forefront.
Yeah. Let's see. Like, no one would mind if there was like an Amethyst Princess of Gemworld movie. It's just like we all know who would write that movie. Strong, sassy, set the pace. Again, we're talking about like what they believe needs to be the case, right? The woman needs to set the pace. The woman needs to be sassy. The woman needs to be a strong, independent woman, right? When in fact,
no man.
When in fact, it's like what their vision of like a strong woman is totally at odds with even the most feminist like superhero in Foundation, right? Like Wonder Woman was written by a feminist, and she doesn't come off as like, well, even in her early depictions, she's not a fucking cunt, to be perfectly honest, right? That's still femininity in even like the early like BDSM heavily inflected, Golden Age Wonder Woman comics. So it's like, what the fuck are we talking about here? Let's see. Romance, forget the boy, obviously, right? Put a chick in it and make her gay, right? There is no romance here. Now she's kissing the girl in ploy. Yeah, again, as we're talking about, again, literally put a chick in it and make her gay, right? Like, oh yeah, that normal form of love, boy meets girl. Oh no, that's bougie. That's that's too heteronormative. We got to go to be a little bit more proletarian and queer, right? Again, got to kiss the girl. No one would care if first of all, it didn't flood the fucking market with this shit, and two, if they could actually write it, right? Again, like Yuri is still powerful because Yuri Yuri is still popular because it turns out Yuri authors can sometimes actually write, right? Like, Yuri Kuma Arashi is still one of my favorite romances, even though it's Yuri, because it's like, it's actually just genuinely well written. Let's see. Hijack the franchise. Huh?
I'm surprised you're skipping over the fact that I use ploy.
No, I saw ploy. You want to expand on that?
No, I doubt that you honestly was his face. You usually like to expand on like choices of words like that.
Well, I mean, a ploy. This is just like relating to the fact that like this is a plotted, like that this was a plot, right? That this was entirely intentional. That they're doing this for a particular ideological purpose. Hence the word ploy, right? I kind of figured it was like.
Yeah.
I kind of figured it was one of those things where it's like it was so obvious that it would insult the intelligence of the people I'm talking to, if I pointed it out, kind of deal, right?
This coming from the person who can turn a 3-minute song into 2 hours.
Hold on, we haven't gotten not nearly gay enough yet. We must go further, right? We're gonna hit levels of gay that shouldn't be physically possible in this analysis. I'm kidding, right? Hijack the franchise.
It's going 8.7 on the Richter scale.
Right? Hijack the franchise, make it new. Like again, outsiders come in, they take it over, and then they turn it into something no one wanted in the first place. All those old badass girls were fake. Again, it's like Wonder Woman's not really the thing that they want. They want to change Wonder Woman into their own image, right? They want to change Supergirl into their own image. All of those depictions of a badass woman are all fake. The only our version of girl boss who's like gonna end up being a cat girl. Not Catgirl, a Catwoman in her 50s, lonely and just like obsessed with her career. That's a true symbol of feminism, right? Evil stuff.
Not only that, but there's like we can point out basically all these old type of movies, games, comics, etc., etc. that
had a strong woman, and yet they didn't exist. Yeah,
actual strong, beloved women, and they're basically like, and they always try to find a way to discredit all those movies. It's like you point them out, and they're like, oh, those things don't follow our criteria.
Yeah, I mean, like Aliens.
Yes.
That's like the first one that comes to mind every fucking time, right? Or Terminator.
And the funny part is, every now and again, you see one of these people actually going back and actually giving these movies a shot and be like, okay, let's see what type of sexist thing these films have these women do that make them so enjoyable. And they're like, and then you'll see like an article that then later on their buddies basically discredit, talking about like, oh, these old films, movies, games, etc. with these strong women, they were actually good. They actually treated the women quite well, and then basically they get blasted and they're blasted.
My avatar is seizing out apparently, but yeah, but they can't. Again, the reason why they end up getting blasted for that is because if you acknowledge that there were good things in the past, then maybe total revolution isn't actually a thing. That's why they have to demonize the products of the past. Let's see. Philip says the new Wonder Woman is a guy. Right? But to be fair, Wonder Man is a character. Let's see.
Pretty sure none of them know about it.
None of the feminists know about Wonder Man. Let's see. Just figments in your mind. It's true. It's like obviously it's like hold on. Let me look at the thing. Yeah, all those badass girls were fake. Just figments in your mind is true. Again, this is the gaslighting of like trying to make you believe that the things you directly remember from personal experience or through interacting with older media that's in your head. You're lying or you're crazy, right? It's literally just gaslighting.
It's gypsy magistry, mind games.
It must be the work of gypsies. It must be true, right? Ours are the real deal, strong and proud. Again, it's like your strong women are actually not good representations of women. Our strong women are peak representation, right? Your strong women are controlled by the patriarchy. Our strong women reflect post-patriarchal womanhood, right? Must be true, right? This all stems from the work of gypsies, right? It was not actually the Jews that did this. It seems to be the work of gypsy witches, right? Okay. Just like go from one extreme conspiracy theory to another, right? So
I say you're not going extreme enough.
Straight from the suits who've never known. what a woman's really about. Again, it's this whole thing of like, these people can't write of like a woman to save their lives, right? It's
Can't
just
even tell you what a woman is.
literally, they can't even tell you what a woman is, right? How can they know what a woman's really about if they can't tell you what a woman is, right? A woman is only known through apophatic reasoning, right? You can only know what a woman is by what it is not. You can never know what a woman is by what a woman or what they are. Because if you knew what they are, then you could exclude on the basis of positive information. But no, you can only exclude on the basis of negative information, of what the thing is not, that we know it's not, right? Except if you say a woman doesn't have a penis. In which case, that apophatic reasoning just doesn't count, right? Oh my god.
I honestly wish you could hear the audio that you were bringing out there. That thing, I have no way how to describe it other than basically a screeching chimpanzee being attacked. I'm pretty sure that wasn't on the stream, but on my audio, it was just like that was just a very bizarre sound you were making.
Look, man, it turns out instead of chimping out, like, a couple days ago, I'm chimping out now, right? Oh, my God. Okay. Back to the song. Put a chick in it and make her gay. Okay. Again, this song is a fucking bop. I love this song. Okay. So.
I had a lot of fun making this song.
So, that's the answer every day. We've already talked about that, right? Successful, legacy, or brand new play. And here we get to it, right? Successful, legacy, or brand new play. So these are distinct things listed out, right? So, like, take something successful, put a chick in it and make her gay. We have something legacy, put a chick in it and make her gay. Brand new play, something actually entirely new, like Nimona, right? Everyone kind of forgot about Nimona on Netflix, right? The whole trans allegory cartoon. Put a chick in it and make her gay. Trans in this case, but put a chick in it and make her gay, right? Just
Yeah.
Even the new shit, it's like, but is there a chick who's gay in the story? I mean, I don't know.
It's not even like it's not even just Western stuff. They like, as we've seen, they keep trying to force their way into these foreign companies, and trying to force this thing into them. Like, oh, let's not forget they did several blasting of Black Myth Wukong because they did not hire any DEI representatives.
Rare Chinese W. Kennock says Ghostbusters is one that comes to mind. Yeah, I could.
Obviously. I think that and The Last Jedi are kind of the two examples everyone brings up.
I worked a job where I was subjected to having to watch, because of the nature of my job, I had to watch the all-female Ghostbusters. I was not a big fan, and I spent nothing on the movie. The movie was literally paid for me because of the job, and I still felt as if I needed a refund.
Yeah, it's like I watched the movie for free too. I basically fell asleep halfway through the movie and did not miss anything.
So we're on fans are angry, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, that's a nice line.
The verse ends right there.
Damn, that carried on. There was some air in those lungs. Holy shit. Okay. So fans are angry. Call them names. It's like you're being a bigot. You're a sexist. You're an Islamophobe. Right? It depends on what exactly is going on. But yeah. Oh yeah, they did make that one Muslim character a lesbian too. Fucking hell, mate. Anyway.
I guess that one character is anti-Muslim.
Right. Kennock says, I didn't watch it and I don't feel like I missed anything. You definitely didn't. Yeah. I had to watch a couple of really bad movies for a job I used to work at, and I was like, can someone else do this? Like, I get it that like everyone has to do the movie rotation at some point, but I've made it very clear that I have no interest in any movies coming out in theaters. Okay, let's see. It's not our fault for the number slain. Obviously, it's like slain as in like slay queen, right? But in this case, it's like slain as in like, no, it's our project that has been slain. It's our numbers that are being killed, right? Because it turns out we suck, and that's why it says it's not our fault for the number slain, right? It's not our responsibility that we produced a product no one wanted. It's the audience's fault for not showing up, right? And actually, I think I've heard people say exactly that. Right? I think I've heard people say exactly that. It's the audience's fault for not showing up for this, right?
Yeah, it's like every single time that one of these flops happens, they always blame the audience. Almost always white men.
Right.
Even though women don't show up for these films either. Even though black men don't show up. Asian men. Basically, pick the color of the rainbow. None of them show up.
Yeah. So it's the fans who don't accept the change. Again, like, the fault isn't us for changing the thing that people loved. It's their fault for not accepting the fact that we changed it, right? Kennock says, why won't you spend on our terrible product? You're not wrong. That is exactly what's going on, right?
Make products great again.
And then here, so this is about where we should be. You didn't ask for the U or the A, right?
Yeah, I did not ask Suno to do that. It just decided to put it there, and I loved it.
Every time, just assume anytime you hear "put a chicken here" in it and make her gay, just assume that's the end of the section, right? Okay.
Yes.
So more girl power, more rainbow glow, right? Again, we got to make it more feminist. We got to make this a queer icon, right? Chipping out still, right?
Well, it wasn't really chipping out this time. It's basically it sounded like at that time you were trying to muzzle a dog.
Oh God.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like you're trying to muzzle a feral dog there.
I mean, fair enough, right? Oh my God. Let's see. But yeah, more girl power, more rainbow glow. So we're literally just doing id pull right here, identity politics. Let's see. Double down, let the good times roll. Again, it's like you gotta double down. It may seem hard now, but trust me, friends. If any of y'all can be called friends, right? in the fucking shareholder meeting, right? But trust me, friends. They may be hard now, but the good times will come. Truly, we shall have. Huh?
Like, it may be hard times right now, but I promise you, in the next billion years, we'll perform our first profit.
Right? It's like, it's not about the now, it's about the future, which, by the way, is why this is unironically why they're okay with spending ridiculous amounts of money for these demoralization products. It really is a lot of these people aren't focused on the now, they are focused on the ultimate project that they're trying to bring to fruition. So they don't really care how many projects they have to ruin or how much money they have to burn.
How many people's lives they have to destroy.
Yep. They say it's forced. We say it's bold, right? Obviously, because it's like, they think that they're doing the right thing, right? They think that they're doing something brave and courageous. You know, standing up for the right side of history. Where it's like everyone else can just see it's like, nah, you're doing this for ideological purposes. This did not belong in the project at all, right?
You're more fake and gay than the products you reproduce.
Right? Keep on pushing that same old mold. Again, mold being like literally at this point you're talking about like the formal and structural element of this, right? Because it's always the same basic fucking template. As much of these people are like they want to pretend like they're post-structural, they don't really do semiotic theory, right? It's always the same fucking forms and the same fucking structures that end up being used in these projects, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's also as in basically moldy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like so it's kind of a double meaning. It's the mold, basically. You know, she said the same old form we have seen for like the past. Yeah, I'm just going to say 15 years because it's roughly around that and that long.
Yeah.
We've been seeing this, so it's like roughly 15 years we've been seeing this exact same old mold, and at this point, it's never actually produced any type of success outside of Ben and Jerry's. So it's basically like an old moldy type of, it's like stinky, you know.
Real life fake wizard has a great video explaining why they keep making these subversive medias. I'll have to check it out. But yeah, there is actually a reason why they do this, right? And people are like, well, they'll run out of money eventually. No, they will not, because they get backing from people. So it's not just one person's money. If one person goes down, there's still a bunch of other people willing to do the work. You are not yet nearly out of, even if like the market changes in terms of like, again, the customer base just stops buying this shit, they're still going to make it. And then they're going to find out where you're going and they're going to try to subvert that too. So, again, these people are ideologically motivated. They don't care if they destroy themselves to make their project come about, right? Let's see.
Which I absolutely hate, because like if there was any other people basically doing this thing, this amount of flop would basically, like as I already said, like Warner Bros. Had to sell a big chunk of their music library to make Black Adam's. Like I don't care how much you love people love Warner Brothers type of products. If they weren't actually being bailed out on these things, they would have closed down years ago.
Yeah.
Because of all this. Same thing with even Disney would have closed down years ago because of all this BS.
Oh, don't tell me about better timelines. A timeline without Disney. A timeline where all the Disney products would be free and essentially without anyone who could claim authority over them. Don't give me hope. Right? Don't give me hope. Anyway.
A timeline where they weren't actually stealing ancient works and calling it their own.
Right? It's not our fault for the flop. Again, we're doing the inversion of responsibility. It's the fans for not accepting the changes they hate. Again, they're the hate. They are literal haters, right? They hate, so they hate what we made, so they're literal haters, right? Also, it's funny enough. There's two movements that go around here, and people usually get thrown off when I talk about this, but if you study critical theory, right, there is actually, when I say that it's in every aspect of reality that they criticize, I'm not fucking joking. There's a field of study in academia called fandom studies, which is basically applying the Marxist class studies to fandoms and examining the tension between creator and consumer, right? And so you can apply this both ways in this Marxist framework, right? Well, since the creator relies on the customer in order to provide the money to keep going, well, in a sense, the creator is actually oppressed by the customer because their creative capacity is actually limited by the taste of the customer. So in this case, the bourgeois are actually
the multi-million-dollar company is oppressed by the penniless customer.
Right, basically, right. But there's also the counterpoint when they're talking about like canonicity, right? It's like, oh, what defines canon? Is it like I'm not joking. Even he didn't say this. But funny enough, and I would suggest to anyone who's interested in the subject. Let's see. Breakfast. If you want a quick introduction to this subject matter, fandoms are religions by Religion for Breakfast, and he actually mentions the canonicity issue in here. That is actually a discussion topic in fandom studies, which is all right, who actually has the authority to define what is canon? Is it the consumers? Is it the is it the fucking creator? Is it a subset of consumers, right? Is it the people who buy the intellectual property, right? And I mean, that's all interesting conversations, but you apply the Marxist class conflict there, and again, you get the whole proletarian bourgeoisie conflict, and just apply it to the canon right here, right? It's like, oh yeah, why does the people who originally made the thing get to be the ones to define canon? Why aren't head canons canon, right? You ever wonder why? If you ever wonder why some people get like overly like deranged about their head canons, there you go. It's Marxist class conflict applied to the canonicity issues. It's like, oh yeah, it's bourgeois for the creator to define what's canon. I'm the proletariat, so I get to decide what canon actually is. I have the secret knowledge. I know the characters and the story better than the creator does, right? Or, again, the thing with the creator versus the people who actually bought the thing for the ideological project, right? The people who bought it for the ideological project, well, they're the proletariat, right? So they're the ones who actually get to decide canonicity. It all goes back to just apply the class conflict to a different field, and you can figure out a way to make Marxism work for that field. It is ridiculously, like, parasitic. And that's why it's like, yes, it is communism 95% of the time, causing the fucking problem, right? So,
long story short, we were considered the villains, even though all we want is basically them to continue with the source as it originally was. They're considered the good guys, even though they're the ones who actually send death threats and actual little dangerous stuff to creators if they don't put enough screen time of their head canon into their works.
Yeah. So, there you go. Even the relationship between fan and content can be subject to Marxist class conflict analysis. Let's see. I think I see what's already coming on here. So, okay, hold on. Kennock says, guessing that's how we got boy bands and idol groups. Well, I mean, idol, what it is also used to mean a certain different thing in classical contexts, right? Kennock says, when they tell the creator the orientation of the characters, and even the creator themselves, ran that one mangaka off of Twitter. Yeah, with like Gachikukta or whatever it's called. I haven't seen that or read the manga yet. But yeah, I know what you're talking about, right? But it's because, again, they believe their speculative idea is better than reality. So it takes primacy. It's the primacy of consciousness before the primacy of reality that these people operate under, even if they don't want to admit it. They have the secret knowledge. So if the creator of the manga doesn't conform to what they believe, then they're actually insulting not just the fan, but they're insulting the work that is beloved by the fan. That's how these people actually think, right?
All I know is that I'm not sure. All I know is I'm not sure if these people need a beating or been beaten too much. All I know is they have not gotten the right amount of beating.
Cannot confirms that yes, this is the one that was the one that he was thinking of. He wasn't. She was not the first. Although to be fair, I saw what she looked like in that picture. My God, man, very much a cutie. Probably a little deranged, but oh my God, absolute cutie. But anyway. Oh, I agree.
That's basically where that part ended.
Huh? Okay.
I'm not sure if there's anything new here that we discussed about.
Well, it looks like there's a little bit, yeah. So, like, obviously, that's the answer, come what may. Again, this is literally what I was talking about. That's the answer. We already know what the solution is. If reality doesn't agree, reality is wrong, right? So that's the answer, come what may, right?
I reject reality and substitute my own.
Literally, right? Movie, show, comic, or game. Again, the subverted battle lines. Put a chick in it and make her gay. Yeah. Blame.
That was a great line. And then we're
right here.
And then we're here.
Blame the audience, never us. Will just add more. Raise the fuss. It's not our fault for the flop. It's the fans for not accepting the changes they
Oh, he got some lungs there.
Put the word in long. Yeah. It decided to do it on its own.
make her gay. Yeah, that's a new corporate way.
I actually like that we left the and off.
Yeah. And then we're basically at the end of the song.
Alrighty then. Alright, let's go back here. Okay, so we are right here. Obviously, put a chick in it and make her... Oh.
We're further back.
Oh yeah, we're at blame the audience, never us, right?
Yes.
Okay, so obviously, again, we're talking about the inversion of responsibility. It's not the creator's fault for sucking; it's the audience's fault for not, embracing the suck. Let's see. To be very blunt, right? We'll just add more, right? Even if we fail, we'll just continue doing more and more, and for the stuff that you already don't like, we'll make it even more, right? Double down, as you said, right?
Yeah.
Raise the fuss, and obviously, like in this case, they're talking about like the fans can raise the fuss, but the corpo can also raise the fuss by, let's be fair, paying for bad actors to raise a fuss in their favor, right?
Yep.
Let's see. It's not our fault for the flop. Again, no accountability, right? Corpos, much like women, no accountability, right? Or at least a stereotype. I've met some women who can take accountability. And there's some corpos who can take the responsibility. Let's see.
For the most part, it's basically the cross to the vampire.
It's the fans for not accepting the changes they hate. We already discussed that line elsewhere.
Powerful lungs on the hate.
Right. Yeah, that's the new. Yeah, that's the new corporal way. That's the thing. It's the new corporal way because corporations didn't always function like this, right? I'm not a big fan of corporations, but so a lot of these corporations back in the day, they were actually merit based, right? They actually cared about success. But now, caring about success is secondary to the idea.
Yeah, it's like back then, if a series was actually doing terrible, they would actually either find a way to rework it to good, or just toss it.
Yeah.
Altogether. But nowadays, like the works that actually succeed, say what you want about Zack Snyder, but it's that if you talk to the people who worked at HBO Max, when that Justice League movie came out, that site was crashed for 6 months.
I did bring this.
Even when they added more servers, more people to actually work on site, everyone who worked on there who actually spoke publicly kept saying it was that one movie that kept crashing the site because so many people were going to HBO Max just to see that one movie.
Yeah, you know what? I might actually also at some point, because I actually think that the Schneider movies get a lot more hate than they actually deserve. I'll actually probably in the future react to a couple videos that were defending the Snyder films, because I can add a lot more to them, because you and me have experience of asking people why do you hate this film and then just systematically deconstructing every complaint that they make, right? Sometimes it's even just pointing straight to the fact they didn't actually watch the movie, right? I've had so many fucking examples of that.
I won't say exactly who, but so we do have one person that we are close with that basically was telling us that they hated the Batman v Superman movie and was giving all the type of statements. One of the things that she brought up was basically what complaining about. She did not understand how the plan kind of goes, and I kind of had to point it out to her that he basically spelled out. He literally, when talking to Superman on that roof, literally spelled out how he did his entire plan.
Yeah, and it was literally. Well, not exactly secret. It was literally explained in the film, and it was not exactly whispered. It was literally shouted to the heavens, right?
It was as a hammer to the face.
Yeah. Hold on. Okay, so Kenok says she was a baddie for sure. Oh, she was absolutely. Yeah. Look, man, she may have had some mental issues, but she is a baddie. I might take the risk, right? She said, repeat the message until it becomes true. Yeah, that's effectively how this propaganda works. Hello, just someone.
It's basically brainwashing.
Yeah, hello, just someone. 1038 says, cash-based, I'd argue. Doesn't matter the source. If the money is coming in, they are doing their job perfectly. Even if that's money for DEI initiative. If money is coming in, profits don't matter. Is what I'm saying. You're right about that, because again, if they're getting money, they're doing their job, right? But that's kind of the thing. That's what makes this so devious. Is it's the communists has figured out a way to get capitalism to work in their favor. Right? Deng Xiaoping figured out how to do it. The managerialists had to figure out how to do it.
Technically, not even capitalism.
That's my point, yeah. Let's see. Kenok says that's why they keep repeating things when they finally get arrested. You know what? I never put that together, but you know what? Yeah, it is literally I reject your reality and substitute my own, right? It's literally just trying to spellcast. That's actually funny.
The muzzle dog's back. Also, before you move on, I would like to point out the AI. Wait, I think you skipped a few. I think you skipped a line or two.
Oh, did we?
But I was going.
Oh yeah, we did. Okay, keep going.
But before you go to that, go back to the line beforehand.
I may have lost where we were. Okay, so blame the audience. We'll just add more. All right, hold on. So that's the new.
Yeah, right there.
Okay.
Go back to the line that we were originally on. The new corporal way when I was trying to say. You're doing this on purpose.
Yeah, I'm doing this on purpose. From the beginning, I was doing that on purpose.
Long story short, what I was trying to say was, I don't remember what the AI put there, but instead of new, it had some other word that I didn't think it fit. I don't even remember what word it put there, but I decided to change it to new because I thought that fit way better.
You know what? That is a good point. Sometimes you do have to make even if you're letting the AI write most of the lyrics. Sometimes you may got to make tweaks to the AI's lyrics because it's like, hold on, there's an obvious spot that got missed here, right?
This song's basically the song I did the second most amount of tweaks I've done so far.
Kenok says, maybe if I cast the spell harder, right? Unironically, right? Again, they put primacy of consciousness, their own perception, over primacy of reality. Boo Huckley says, is there enough...
reality and just do my own.
Boo Huckley says, is there enough fairness stream? Oh, good lord. Okay, so let's keep going. Keep on not dancing anyway. So that's an interesting line, obviously, right? Keep on not dancing anyway. I kind of want you to explain this one.
Essentially, it's as basically as it says. Like it's like if you're dancing to work, you're basically siding with them. These people don't care about you. They don't mind if you basically go away from what they're producing.
Fair enough. Okay, because I was like, hold on, my brain isn't really processing this one in a way that I think is all that plausible, so I'd have to ask this one. But yeah, so basically it's like we don't really care whether or not you're on board, it's happening anyway.
Yes.
Okay.
And you can just and all you can do is just stand there and take it. We're still going to do it.
Yeah. Okay, so that seems to be the last verse. Okay.
Yeah, that's where the song ends.
Alright, so now, as is customary on this channel, we shall watch it again, but this time, since I have a bit of crunch for time, we will just let it play through so everyone can hear the song uninterrupted. Alright.
Okay, go ahead.
Hollywood, what's the move? We got the formula, baby. Hey, take a classic, dust it off, give it a shiny new coat. But the heroes gotta change, rewrite the story note by note. Spiderweb swinging, nah, not today. Put a chicken in and make it gay. Space Samurai Saga, Galactic Knight. Swap them out, make it right. Comics, games, or silver screen, doesn't matter what it's been. Old fans grumbling, losing their mind, but we don't listen. a new face. Strong, sassy, set the pace. Romance, forget the boy. Now she's kissing the girl employ. Hijack the franchise, making new. All those old badass girls were fake. Just figments in your mind, it's true. Ours are the real deal, strong and proud. Straight from the suits who've never known what a woman's really about. Put a chick in it and make her gay. That's the answer every day. Successful legacy or brand new play. Put a chick in it and make her gay. Fans are angry, call them names. It's not our fault for the number slain. It's the fans who won't accept the change. I'm a rainbow glow, double down, let the good times roll. They say it's false, we say it's bold. Keep on pushing that same old mold when the audience walks away. It's not a fault for the drop, it's the fans for not accepting the changes they hate. Put a chick in it and make her gay. That's the answer, come what may. Movie, show, comic, or game. Put a chick in it and make her gay. Blame the audience, never us. Will just add more, raise the fuss. It's not our fault for the flop. It's the fans for not accepting the changes they Put a chick in, make her gay. Yeah, that's a new corporate way. Keep on not dancing anyway.
And that's the song.
All right, Ed. So that will hold on. Okay. Okay, so I've gotten that squared away already. So yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed Doctor of Insanity's new song. Put a chick in it and make her gay, right?
Hopefully you finally fixed the audio issue that you've been having with me throughout every single stream.
Right? I genuinely have no idea what it is. I'll try to see if I can find a way to fix it. But yeah, long story short, I quite enjoyed this. I've quite enjoyed basically all the songs you've made so far. Let's see, just someone said, this is driving me crazy. The instrumental is familiar and the rhythm for the singing sounds like a different song. The mental dissonance is real. I mean, fair, right? Doctor Girlfriend of Insanity. Oh god, the Venture Brothers stuff is coming back. Right? Alright, so that will be the end of this episode. I will see y'all in the next episode. And you got anything else to... is that it?
Well, I haven't actually advertised the next song that is coming up yet, so it's like for the time being right now, that's basically it.
Okay. Well then, y'all have fun, and we're out.
Take care.